public roads, so you are less likely, of course, to panic during a crisis if you're prepared ahead of time and you've made some plans.
Indeed, so that's why Congressman Robert Pittenger released a terrorism preparedness manual for families and small businesses. Have it right here, and he's live in studio to talk about it this morning. Congressman, thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
So this is something that's been near and dear to your heart for some time. It goes back to 2006.
Sure, when I was in the state Senate, did a preparedness manual, hurricanes, earthquakes, all types of emergencies, and distributed around our state. But more recently, of course, my role on the chairing the Congressional Task Force on Terrorism, you become more acutely aware of the internal threats we have in our homeland. We have sleeper cells. We have people who've gone from Americans and Europeans who have gone to fight in Syria. They have passports. They can come back to our country. It just is common sense. We don't want people to live in fear. We don't want them to be overly anxious. But let's, like I was as a Boy Scout, let's be prepared. So we have put together this manual that helps individuals and families know the types of things that they can assemble, keep in a safe place in their home. And that's what our manual is about. You know, it can be chemical, biological, nuclear, radiological, cyber, small business, what they can do to protect themselves. So all these are contained in the manual. It's at preparenow.com that people can go to. They can pull it down and then take a look and see what applies and would work for them.
So it's a very thorough manual. I was reading through it yesterday online. You know, easy to use, easy to read and look through there. And I think this is helpful for folks too, because you actually brought in some of the things that you recommend people have. And this is something that you take personally. I know you were saying your family.
Sure.
You have all of this. You know, you've done it yourself too. So walk us through some of the practical things that you recommend people do.
Well, clearly you want to have a first aid kit. You want to have water. We have a can here, just show you a Chef Boyardee, but it's a flip-top can, easy to get access to. We have wipes. We have even a Bible. You know, our churches were filled up right after 9/11.
Yeah.
You know, people, that's something you may want to consider having. There's other things that you need to have related to keeping diapers for children. If you have prescriptions as an adult, let's keep some prescriptions down there. If you're elderly and you need things to apply to your needs there, well, do common sense provisions. And this book will show you the things that you may want to be looking at.
All right, as chairman of terrorism, task force, you hear all these stories, all these threats. How frightened are you when you look at this stuff?
Well, I am concerned. I think all the major leadership, whether it's the chairman of, the director of the FBI, Comey, he's come out recently, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mr. Johnson, have all said we've got sleeper cells. It's very hard for the FBI to track all these people, particularly those who are coming back. So that's why the former Secretary, James Woolsey, as well as others, have been a part of putting this book together. And to be able to convey to the American people, this is important. There's some quotes in there by him and by Michael Chertoff of why this is important, why we need to pay some attention to it. Let's not live in fear. We need to go about our lives. But while we're doing that, let's be prepared. Yeah, I've been in Israel 3 times. I was just there last month. And they live under this type of concern all the time. And they go about their lives. They're a very vibrant, active country. But at the same time, you make common sense provisions to take care of your family.
Just in case. Again, you can download the manual. We've got a link on our website, Fox 46 Charlotte. Congressman Pittenger, thank you so much for coming in. We've enjoyed talking with you.
Really appreciate it.
Before you go,
good to see you, Eric.
One final, very serious, important question for you. How's your bracket shaping up?
Well, we're getting there. I grew up in Texas, so I still have a little bit of vintage there, but I pull from my Carolina teams.
Who's your Final Four?
I'm hard pressed. Obviously Kentucky, I think, is going to be in it.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet.
In Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah, right.
You're there. You can't discount that.
Can't go wrong with that, exactly. Yeah. Congressman, thank you so much for coming in.
And we've linked that all up on our website. It's fox46charlotte.com. Appreciate the time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's continue along here on this Friday. We get the bill filed Thursday by 3.